The NBA had dominant players, but they only had one Shaq. He was so powerful, he didn't just break defenders, he literally ripped the steel rims off the backboards. Did you know the league had to physically redesign its equipment just to survive him? This is the unbelievable story of Shaquille O'Neal, the one player who was too big, too strong, and forced the entire NBA to change its rules. A force the NBA was not ready. For when Shaquille O'Neal entered the NBA in 1992, the league had never seen anything like him. He wasn't just tall, 7'1". He wasn't just heavy, 300+ pounds. He was fast, explosive, agile, dancing up the court like a guard and dunking like a wrecking ball. On his very first plays as a rookie, Shaq dunked so hard he bent the rim. Then he did it again. Then again. The NBA quickly realized this wasn't a player. This was a natural disaster with sneakers on. Defenders weren't guarding him. They were surviving him. He moved centers like they were chairs. He powered through double teams like they were cardboard. And it wasn't long before teams had only one strategy left: foul him. A lot. Hack-a-Shaq. The rule created to contain a monster. Shaq's dominance created something the NBA had never seen. A rule literally invented for one person. Teams were so desperate to stop him that they intentionally fouled him, even when he didn't have the ball. It slowed games, ruined strategy, made games ugly. But it worked just enough to keep Shaq from dropping 50 every night. And so, Hack-a-Shaq was born. A rule so infamous, it eventually forced the NBA to rewrite fouling guidelines. Imagine being so dominant. The league has to redesign its laws just to stop you. That was Shaq, the most dominant player in modern basketball. Shaq wasn't just big, he was efficient, smart, and unguardable. In his prime with the Lakers, he averaged 28 to 30 points, 12 to 15 rebounds, 57 to 60%, shooting 3 Finals MVPs, a three-peat dynasty. There were no answers for him, no defensive scheme, no matchup, no body strong enough. Even double teams weren't enough. Triple teams slowed him down. Maybe. But stop him? Never. Shaq forced teams into impossible decisions. Guard him one-on-one and get destroyed. Double him and leave shooters wide open. Foul him and send him to the line 20 times. Let him free and watch him dunk until your arena collapses. He wasn't dominating games. He was reshaping the sport. The end of an era. The last true big man. Shaq wasn't just dominant. He was the petit to a final chapter of an era that doesn't exist anymore. After he retired, the NBA changed. Centers stopped living in the paint. The league shifted to spacing, threes, small ball, and stretch bigs. Today's big men are shooters, ball handlers, and playmakers. No team would ever build an offense around a 330-pound wrecking ball again. We live in the age of finesse, of speed, of perimeter talent. Shaq was the last of a species. The final super heavyweight giant who played the game with brute force and shattered everything in front of him. There may be stars, there may be dominant bigs, but there will never be another Shaquille O'Neal, a personality as big as his game. Shaq wasn't just a beast on the court, he was a giant off it, goofy, charismatic, hilarious, and universally loved. He made the NBA fun. He brought smiles everywhere. He made teammates better, fans laugh, and the league more entertaining. He was a superstar unlike any other. A destroyer on the floor, a comedian off it, a businessman, actor, DJ, sheriff, analyst. Shaq did everything and did it with joy. But behind the jokes was a competitor with fire that never went out. When the lights came on, Shaq became something else. The most dominant force of the modern era. Shaq literally broke the NBA. Shaq didn't just dominate, he physically broke the league. In 1993, against the Nets, Shaq dunked so violently that the entire backboard collapsed. The shot clock exploded. The support structure snapped. Commentators were stunned. It wasn't a fluke. 1 month later, he did it again. A full steel rim ripped off its mount by force alone. After that season, the NBA had no choice. They redesigned equipment across the league: stronger rims, reinforced backboards, and new support systems, because no one had ever destroyed them like this. And even with these upgrades, Shaq still bullied everything in his way. He was the definition of too big, too strong, too unstoppable. Why Shaq still matters. Today, even after retirement, Shaq's legacy is everywhere. Every backboard reinforced because of Shaq. The Hack-a-Shaq rule because of Shaq. The evolution of how centers are defended because of Shaq. Every young center who enters the league today has to study a man they will never be able to imitate. Because Shaquille O'Neal didn't just dominate the NBA. He changed it. He broke its rules. He broke its systems. He broke its expectations. He broke the NBA, and the league is still adjusting. Shaquille O'Neal wasn't just a player. He was a force of nature, a legend who combined power and personality like no one before or after. He is the last true big man, the unstoppable giant, the man who made the NBA rewrite itself. If you love NBA history, legendary players, and stories that shaped basketball forever, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and comment. Who is the most dominant player you have ever seen? Because in the debate of dominance, the answer always starts with one name: Shaq.